They say the massive unaliving of people in Nigeria is so alarming. It's mind-boggling, and the government seem to be sleeping or, you know, pretending to be sleeping. And you know what the former president of Nigeria, Goodluck Jonathan, said about people pretending to be sleeping? It's hard to wake them up. And I feel this is what is going on with the current president, His Excellency Ahmed Tinubu. Even though he went to Benue State, even at the time at the venue of that meeting with the stakeholders in that state, Tortif, the traditional leader of the I guess TVs or the Benue people, when he expressly explained what was going on as a genocidal plan to wipe away his people and take away their land and occupy their land. He made that clear to the president. However, like he pointed out in his reprimand of the president when during his speech, the president seemed not to be bothered to understand the issue they are dealing with. And it seems like this is a national there's a national consensus not to discuss the problem of Nigeria. There's a consensus not to discuss the issues and the causes of these issues. There seems to be a conscious effort, a kind of an embargo on mentioning the people responsible for these insecurities in Nigeria. Oh, and like they said, misdiagnosis will always lead to improper solution profiling. So, what happened on that day when President Tinubu visited Benue State seems to lay credence to the fact or the assertion that people who are pretending to be sleeping are difficult to wake up, difficult to be made to wake up. And this is where I'm coming from. The president, after listening to Tortif, states categorically what their problem or the problems are. He went ahead to tell the people whose people or whose brothers and sisters were just massacred massively, unalived, to donate lands so that they can now settle or shelter the people that have been killing them. And I think this has gone beyond cattle rearing and herdsmanism, or it has gone beyond agricultural issues. It has gone beyond that a long time ago. Now this is because you can tell me that people who do the business of cattle cannot ranch themselves, cannot be able to ranch themselves with the amount of money they generate from cattle rearing. They cannot create a ranch for themselves in the north. Even with the technology we have currently, nobody can claim that because of global warming, because of the drying up of arable land or lush green areas, grazing areas in the north, that is why cattle are being moved southwards. That is lame. That is very lame at this particular time in history. I mean, Israel, I mean, people have given examples of Israel using desert to, create agricultural, areas. If you create ranches and have irrigation to reverse the effects of climate change, you will have, you know, you will solve a lot of problems all at once. You will solve the problem of having to, uh, move cattle from one place to another on foot, endangering yourselves. You will have to solve the problem of providing schools and education for these people who are being used by the elite to, transfer these cattle on foot from one location in Nigeria to another place. And you would increase the yield and, diversify, the agricultural value chain of, of rearing a cattle. But no, they prefer to create problem for other people in their backyards. And when the issue of ranching comes up, they leave the massive, the massive, areas in the north and ask people in other, square inches around the country to donate land for their ranches. I mean, are we okay in that country? Because they have used their massive land as, as a thing to boast about in the past. What happened to that area of that expanse of land mass in the north being used to as cattle ranches? Then the president said, "Oh, you have to donate." You telling the Benue people to donate their land for cattle ranching, which I mean is uncalled for, because if to say that the ranching is the problem, there is the north, the core north is in, they have all the land you can dream of. But that is not the case. That is not the problem. Ranching and animal husbandry is not the problem of these people. Cattle rearing is not the issue. The issue is they want to occupy a land that does not belong to them. They want to chase away the owners of the areas, occupy them, rename them, and make it theirs. Whether a cow is involved in the process, I guess this is what they use as a front. But this is basically bullshit. Because you cannot tell me that a person like all these what do you call them, headsmen or animal or cattle rearers, they have herds of cattle that generate massive amounts of money, and you cannot tell me that they cannot build their own ranches, expand the value chain of their livestock business, and benefit from it. You cannot tell me that. So what is the problem? The problem is that Nigerians have pretended over the years that cattle rearing is the issue, but it is not. Agricultural, aspect of these issues is basically a front. The issue, the basic thing, the thing I believe is the cause of these issues is what the Tortiv, the traditional ruler of the Benue people, stated in front of the sleeping Mr. or what do you call it, his His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But then Like a man who is pretending to be sleeping, he slept off and continued in the path that he has chosen for himself, or he had been advised to, you know, to follow. He basically told the people that they don't know what they are saying, and he was trying to. I know he was trying to strike a balance for political reasons. He didn't want to, you know, uh, upset the North, upset the Fulanis. That is basically it. Even when he was in Benue State, when he was condoling people that were killed, people that were unalived, people that were massacred, he failed to make a decisive statement. There was no single decisive statement that he made during that visit. He did not speak about apprehending people who have unalived people. He did not speak about solutions. No concrete, you know, pronouncement of any plan to prevent it in the future, to go after the people who have committed these crimes, and to bring peace. The thing about we learn to live with each other and blah 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 is just political speech. It has nothing to do with what just happened, because how do you learn to live with people who kill you on a regular basis? They have not made any demands. You don't even know what their problem is with you. And why are you telling people who are being killed in their own homes to make peace with the people who are coming from another location, from other locations, to make peace with their neighbors? Who are their neighbors that you speak of? Are you now laying credence to the fact that the Fulanis own the land? Is that what you're trying to say? Because if that is what you want to say, I mean, basically, in fact, that is what you're saying. If you're telling the Benue people to learn to live with their neighbors, or to learn to live with their brothers and sisters, that means you are saying that, okay, they own the land, so learn to live with them, or find another place to live, which is what they want. So until the president himself wakes up from this slumber, or this pretend sleeping, or whatever you call it, nothing will change. The issues will continue. And I mentioned last time in my last video of the issue, the intention of the US envoy meeting with these people, having a meeting with them. And people may not understand why I was pointing that out. But what is going on that, I mean, people, we must start thinking. We must start, using our thinking faculty. We must put on our thinking hats, because a lot is going on. A lot is going on, because you've seen that a market escalation of all these issues ever since they had a meeting with them, trying to launder their image to present them as not the issues, But we keep watching. Whenever Nigeria decides to wake up, we'll be here. Or if they don't, if they have decided not to wake up, we'll still be here watching to see what goes on. But that place needs to make a decision, and fast. Thank you.